Good afternoon and welcome to Nutmeg Sports here on the HAN Network. I'm Frank Granito and I am alone in studio today on Wednesday as we will be wrapping up some of the FCX action that's been taking place this week. We get ready for our game of the day and we will head off to Staples High School at 4 o'clock for Ludlow and Staples in girls volleyball. And we'll take a look at some of the other marquee matchups we will have later on this week and through the weekend throughout the FCX. Well, let's start with girls soccer, and we'll go to Ridgefield, where the defending FCX champion Ridgefield Tigers defeated the Stanford Black Knights yesterday by a score of 4-0. The Tigers got goals from Katie Jasminski, Claire Middlebrook, Alex Dameron, and Mackenzie Robson, who led the Tigers' attack, and they improved to 2-0 on the season and dropping the Black Knights to 0-2. Other girls soccer action from Tuesday included Wilton over Norwalk, but it was not for a lack of effort. Wilton coming up 1-0, but Imelda Lazaro making 7 saves for the Bears in goal, really keeping that a close game, just unable to pull that one out as the Warriors pick up the victory. West Hill scored 7 to Central's 1 as they blow out the Hilltoppers. St. Joe's with a 6-0 victory over Trinity, and you also had Darien defeating Trumbull by a score of 1-0. As we take a look now at the soccer standings through Tuesday the 13th, you've got Staples, Ridgefield, West Hill, Darien, and St. Joseph's, who all sit at 2-0. They've earned 6 points on the year. Danbury 1-1 with that one tie have got 1 point. The same with the Greenwich Cardinals. Those are the only teams in the West that have accumulated points so far. Central, Stanford, and Trumbull still looking to find a win or tie in the score column. Down in the East, Ludlow and Ward both 1-0. They have 3 points up to date. You have got Wilton sitting at 1-1 following their win against Norwalk last night. They have accumulated 3 points. New Canaan yet to lose or win on the season, but 2 ties good enough for 2 points as they stay right in the hunt. McMahon yet to play a game. Trinity and Norwalk still sitting at 0-2. A lot of balance throughout the early part of the season here. Staples and Ridgefield expected to be there at the end of the year. We know that will be a heated matchup when they play later on. Darien looks to reload this season and have a good year. St. Joe's off to a great start too at 2-0. Ludlow, Ward, they'll be competing, and that will be a lot of fun when those two teams get together. Field hockey yesterday, there were 4 games that were played throughout the FCX. Greenwich taking care of Stanford 7-0. Staples defeating Ludlow by a score of 8-0, and it was the Blue Wave over the Golden Eagles of Trumbull by a score of 7-1. Not all blowouts, though. We also had St. Joe's and Danbury playing to a 2-2 tie. And so that updates the field hockey standings now as we take a look over there. And it's been a good one so far to start the season. Staples 2-0 with 4 points up to date. You've got Norwalk, Darien, and Wilton as the 3 other teams who have already accumulated 4 points. New Canaan won their first game. They sit at undefeated for 2 points as well. Ludlow, Ridgefield, and Greenwich all right there with 2 points in the mix. A balanced start to the season. We've seen a couple blowouts with some of the lower teams in the conference. West Hill, Stanford trying to find their stride along with Ward and McMahon. But watch out for Ludlow, who looks to be right there in the thick of things towards the end of the season. And it is Ridgefield as well, who picked up a big win 5-2 yesterday over Norwalk. Switching gears again, we haven't had a chance to look at swimming yet as we've had some early matches this season. Up to date, 6 teams have hit the pool through opening weekend, and the results were as follows. Fairfield Ward defeated Danbury in their first match by a score of 98-53. Ridgefield was able to hold off Stanford West Hill Co-op 94-84, a great match there from the Aquatic Center. And Darien was able to cruise past St. Joe's by a score of 99-60. We'll have more girls swimming action throughout the week, and we will have an update for you early on next week right here on Nutmeg Sports. Only one volleyball match took place yesterday, and that was Wilton defeating Wilbur-Cross by a score of 3-0. Those sets were 25-15, 25-15, and 25-9 as the Warriors cruised to another victory. Rachel Lowe accumulated 7 service points for the Warriors, 4 aces, 2 kills, as well as 12 assists. Sarah Souza had a big night serving, 17 service points, 9 aces. Summer Raj, 4 service points, 5 kills, and 9 digs for the Warriors. And Juliana Musili, 5 service points, 1 ace, 4 kills, and 4 digs. So a lot of action early on throughout the FCX in all of the sports. We'll take a quick break here on Nutmeg Sports. When we get back, we'll take a look at our game of the week that we've got coming up this afternoon between Staples and Ludlow for girls volleyball. That's set for a 4 o'clock start. You can see it right here on the HAN Network.
Have a sports injury or a slip and fall that needs immediate care? Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care gives you direct access to an orthopedic specialist fast, without an appointment. Biking, golf, tennis, soccer, whatever the sports injury is, sprain or fracture, Coastal Ortho Express can help. Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care, open Monday through Saturday, now in 2 locations. The iPark building at 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk and 36 Old Kings Highway South in Darien. Or go to coastalorthoexpress.com, like them on Facebook.
At Mex on Main, Trumbull's very own Mexican grill, we're all about fresh, fast, and friendly service. Our Main Street restaurant offers the best in traditional and non-traditional Mexican dishes, with only the best ingredients, never frozen. From authentic burritos, fajitas, quesadillas, and salads, we have something on the menu for everyone in the family. And enjoy our open salsa bar, giving you more ways to customize your meal. Stop in for lunch or dinner at 6528 Main Street, Trumbull, or find out more at mexonmain.com.
At Elements Massage Ridgefield, we believe in quality services that are affordable and focused on therapy and healing. The licensed massage therapists are available 7 days a week, offering deep tissue and Swedish massage, as well as prenatal and couples massage. Special introductory rates are available now, or try our Elements trademarked wellness program. For more information, contact Elements Massage Ridgefield at 203-403-3348 or visit elementsmassage.com/Ridgefield.
At Greenwood Physical Therapy of Bethel, individualized care, knowledgeable staff, and state-of-the-art equipment provide the best of orthopedic and sports medicine services. Our experienced therapists at Greenwood provide the highest level of knowledge and care. Greenwood accepts most kinds of insurance, and staff are there to answer your questions. Open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., the clinic serves the greater Danbury area and is a convenient drive from Reading. Appointments are available within 24 hours. Just call 203-917-4792 or visit greenwoodphysicaltherapy.com for more information.
Hi, this is Leo Carl from Carl Chevrolet in New Canaan, and you've heard me talk about the Chevy Volt for years. The new model gets 53 miles on EV charge daily, plus 420-mile full range. But don't take my word for it. You need to come in and test drive the Volt yourself. Visit us at 261 Elm Street in New Canaan or online at carldirect.com.
Give your day a jumpstart with the latest news, sports, weather, and more on Coffee Break, live on the HAN Network, weekdays at 11 a.m. Connecticut news doesn't get any more local than on Coffee Break.
Welcome back to Nutmeg Sports here on the HAN Network. Frank Granito standing in studio today. As we shift our focus now to today's marquee matchup, we will have the defending FCX champion Fairfield Ludlow Falcons taking on the Staples Wreckers from the Staples Gymnasium in girls volleyball. And we take a look at the standings right now through the first few days of Fairfield County's volleyball season. No conference games have been played yet. We'll get to see one of the early ones today. But good games so far from Danbury and Greenwich, Ridgefield strong, Stanford and Staples, big wins. This will be one of the more interesting matchups we see all year between Staples and Ludlow. This is a Staples team with high aspirations. They ran into a tough Darien team twice in the playoffs last year to be eliminated. Wilton, of course, 3-0. Ward off to a hot start at 2-0. And some of the other teams out there as well, as they'll get set to start up with conference play now. But as we shift our gears looking towards today's matchup, Staples struggled last year against the Falcons. They were 0-2 on the season. They first met at the Fairfield Ludlow Gymnasium, where the Falcons were able to pick up a 3-1 win over the Wreckers. That was back on September 17th, 2015. Then on October 13th, Ludlow came to Staples, where they were again able to win 3-1. Staples last season, they made it to the second round of the state tournament. They defeated Shelton 3-0 in the opening round, then ran into the number 1 seed Darien, where they lost 3-0. We will take a look now at the Staples captains who we got to catch up with from the HAN Network's FCAC Fall Sports Tour. Let's see what the girls had to say about the upcoming season. It's the HAN Network's 2016 FCAC Fall Sports Tour. We are at Staples High School, and I am Frank Granito. I'm joined now by the coach and captains of the Wreckers volleyball team. It is Coach John Sepro, Virginia Gehrig, Kelly Moran, and Reeve Jackson. Girls, Coach, thank you for taking time with us today. Coach, I'd like to start with you. What was it about these three that led to them being elected as captain this year?
Anytime you pick captains, you're looking for leadership ability, getting along with the other girls. Girls put in all the hard work in the offseason, and these three girls epitomize that.
Virginia, you girls will lose a decent amount to graduation, but as Coach said, you don't focus on the past. As the captains of this team, what's your role in getting that next group of players ready to go?
Well, I think we practice really hard. We've had a pretty big off season as far as captains practices and our preseason and our tryouts, so I think that's going to be pretty important for our season.
You guys qualified for both the FCAC and state playoffs last year. Kelly, how does this group build off that experience and take it to the next level now?
Well, we definitely have some of the experience from last year. A lot of our key players are returning from those seasons. So we're all going to work really hard this season and try to reach our goals for the FCACs and states this year.
Reeve, what's the preseason practices been like so far? You guys are about a week in. School will start soon. You'll get on that regular schedule. What's that been like to start your senior year?
It's been great. They've been pretty disciplined, as well as the cohesion of the team, which is great. And everyone's been working and getting along really well, so they've been good.
Now, Virginia, you guys will go into the season. You're getting ready to start playing in a couple weeks. What are the matches that you're most excited for and are standing out on the calendar?
Well, I think like all years, it's probably going to be Greenwich, Darien, and Ludlow. Always have really good teams. So I think we'll be trying to come back this season and try to fight our way through those matches.
Coach, if there was a way to describe this unit, how are they going to be special and a unique team compared to the Wreckers teams of past?
You know, I think each team develops personality over the course of the season, so it's difficult through the first couple of days of practice to see this personality just yet. I see more girls on the floor than I have in years past, and so I think it's more of a defensive, hard-fighting team, but we'll see the personality develop over time.
Kelly, if you guys wanted to set goals for the season, what do you hope to accomplish as a group?
Definitely one of our biggest goals, I'd say, is making it to FCACs and states. But overall, I think we all just want to work hard and come together as a team, and we're looking to get a lot of wins this season.
Yeah.
And finish this sentence for me here. Staples gets a lot of wins this season
If we work hard and get along well.
Well, that's good to hear. Coach, you got them trained pretty well here, and they seem excited to get the season started. Girls, thank you so much for coming and joining with us. We can't wait to see you on the court this year, and we wish you the best of luck. Make sure you stay tuned for the entire 2016 FCAC Fall Sports Tour right here on the HAN Network. So a very ambitious group of captains, and they are very excited for the year. Ludlow, one of these games they're excited to get to play this season. It's a big one, obviously, on the calendar. Staples comes in 2-0 on the year. They defeated Amity last Friday night on opening night by a score of 3-2 and picked up a win on Monday this week, 3-2 against Joel Barlow. They'll now get set for Ludlow, and then we'll have Trinity Catholic Danbury before having to play a very tough Trumbull team, a traditional power throughout the FCAC. It's a group that's similar to a lot of the schools in the FCAC, has got to come off a rebuilding year. They lose a lot of players to graduation, and now it's what girls are going to be able to step up. We're very excited to see how the captains come out and play today, as they will have a huge role in making an impact on this game. Shifting over towards the Ludlow side, the girls from Fairfield Ludlow, the defending cream of the crop in both the FCAC and the state, they knocked off perennial power of the entire state, Darien, in both the FCAC and state championship. It was really a season to remember for the Ludlow Falcons. Let's see what this year's captains had to say about the upcoming season. Ludlow High School. This is the 2016 FCAC Fall Sports Tour. I'm Frank Granito for the HAN Network, and I'm joined by the captains of the Ludlow's girls volleyball team. They are Abby Costantino, Zoe Holderried, and Kate Steensma. Girls, first of all, congratulations, FCAC and state champions last year. Abby, what was it like being a part of that team?
It was great. Our team was so good, and just being a part of it was so exciting, and all the girls were great.
Zoe, you are going to lose a lot of players to graduation. How do you go about refilling those roles for this season?
I mean, we just got to get back into it. We have to, there's nothing we can do about the girls that we lost, and they were amazing assets to our team, but we'll have a lot of more people coming up, and it's going to be really exciting to see how we can form a new group.
Kate, before we get to the on the court work, what was it like off the court right now, trying to get some of the younger girls acclimated to the team?
It was fun, inspiring everyone to fill the shoes of the seniors that graduated and doing team bonding, and the chemistry is really great this year, and I'm excited.
Abby, you guys are now about to start school this week, preseason coming to an end. What was camp like for the Falcons this year?
It was good. Everyone worked really hard, and everyone worked together, so it was a lot of fun to work with everyone.
Zoe, if there was a way to describe this team, what type of Ludlow's team are we going to see this season?
Exciting, crazy, and ready to fight.
Is there a game is there a match you guys are most excited for this year, Kate?
Definitely Ward is our funnest game because the crosstown rivalry is good, but Darien will be a really big game too, and I'm excited for that.
Well, girls, we can't wait to see you guys on the court again this year. Thank you so much for coming to talk with us. We wish you the best of luck and hope you have a great season. Make sure you follow along for the entire 2016 FCAC Fall Sports Tour that'll continue on right here on the HAN Network. This will be the season opener for the Falcons. They were one of the hottest teams down the stretch, obviously winning FCAC and states last year, but they won 7 of their last 8 games in order to close out the season. Really a great run for the girls. When they got to the state tournament, they took down Hall, NFA, Darien, Cheshire, and then had to defeat Greenwich in the FCAC championship. They were 13-3 on the season, finishing second in the East behind Darien before going on that long run. It'll be interesting to see if there are any growing pains or little rust coming off here for the Falcons, who play their first game against a Staples team that's now 2 games deep on the season. There's a lot of exciting action to look forward to. Again, that game will be this afternoon at 4 o'clock and can be seen right here on the HAN Network. We'll take one more break here on Nutmeg Sports. When we get back, we take a look at some of the weekend action we'll be having covered right here on the HAN Network.
Walter Stewart's Market in New Canaan is your time-saving local shopping destination for the best of spring. Find many of your favorite products, from great specials on everyday items to the freshest organic produce, artisanal cheeses, and grass-fed steaks. Chop off your knives to be sharpened. Grab a beautiful bouquet of spring flowers and stop in next door for a wine tasting. Plus, their personable staff is always ready to lend a helping hand. So stop in to Walter Stewart's Market, 229 Elm Street today, or shop online at stewartsmarket.com.
At InSports Trumbull, the game is always on inside. Recently renovated and home to one of Connecticut's largest indoor turf fields, InSports is a multi-sport recreation center providing state-of-the-art facilities for league play, camps, and youth programs. Players have access to soccer, lacrosse, football, baseball and softball, field hockey, rugby, basketball, volleyball, and social game facilities. InSports has also launched an early childhood development program, a daycare and pre-K program all rolled into one. Don't miss out on the fun. Find out more at insportscenters.com or call 203-268-1214.
Washington Prime, now open on Main Street in Georgetown. Come enjoy our relaxed setting, excellent service, award-winning nightly happy hours, and feast on our creative new American cuisine. Connecticut Magazine's winner for Best Steak, Washington Prime of Georgetown.
The leaves are changing, water temps dropping, and the sun is setting a little earlier each day. But there's still a lot of great boating, fishing, and coast time left before we see the first snow. And above all, remember, it's always summer at the Dock Shop. With loads of new fishing tackle and accessories, clothing, jewelry, and home decor, the Dock Shop is just what you need when you start to feel that New England autumn chill. Boater, beach bum, fisherman, or simply love the New England coast, this is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport, dockshop.com.
At the Ridgefield Suzuki School, we believe that every child can. Using the internationally recognized Suzuki method, children learn to play their instrument in an environment of encouragement, parental support, and community. The Suzuki approach seeks to develop the whole child, to help unfold his or her natural potential to learn. Private lessons and group classes are offered on violin, viola, cello, and piano for children ages 4 and up, and young children can enroll in their school's early childhood classes before beginning an instrument. The Ridgefield Suzuki School, nurturing a love of music in all children. Call us at 203-403-2667 or visit ridgefieldsuzuki.com.
I'm John Kovach. I'm a newspaper editor. I'm a high school football coach. I'm a television presenter. And I want you to love fishing as much as I do. Tune in to Yankee Fisherman, Thursdays at 1 on the HAN Network. It's like going to the tackle shop without leaving your office.
You're watching the HAN Network, and you're not alone. More than 1.5 million viewers have watched our live sports, news, and entertainment broadcasting since the network launched in August 2015. Advertise on the network that reaches Fairfield County, Connecticut's most engaged audience. Contact Advertising Director Jessica Murrin at 203-273-7312 or email jessica@han.network.
Welcome back to Nutmeg Sports here on the HAN Network. It is Wednesday afternoon. We are usually joined by Dave Stewart, and we had hoped to take a look at the weekend's football schedule coming up with him. Dave will join us with Tim Murphy tomorrow to preview our Friday night game between Ridgefield and New Canaan. But looking at some of the other games on the FCX schedule for this weekend, there are a couple intriguing ones that really stand out. Let's start with Ludlow at Trumbull, that game being played at Trumbull Stadium, McDougal Stadium. Ludlow coming off a tough loss against Norwalk High. Trumbull, after the collapse against Ridgefield High, should be an easy game for Trumbull to bounce back in, but Ludlow obviously at risk of falling to 0-2. Expect them to put up a fight. We'll see how the Golden Eagles handle that loss against the Tigers and if there's any kind of hangover from a tough second half. Fairfield Ward, who lost in overtime to Wilton, has to travel to Testa Field to play the Norwalk Bears, who laid it on Fairfield Ludlow last week. Ward, who is a team picked by many to be a sleeper this year, maybe make a little bit of noise, now at risk of going 0-2. We'll see if Norwalk can get on a little bit of a run. Staples at Danbury is also Friday night. Staples coming off a big win against McMahon. Danbury, the heartbreaking loss in the final minute against Stanford. Staples looked very good against McMahon. A lot of people have picked them to win this, can't win the FCX, but have picked them to finish at the top of the conference standings heading into the state playoffs this year. Danbury might be outmatched in this one. Wilton at McMahon. McMahon taking a licking from Staples last week. Wilton with the big overtime win after they had the field honoring ceremony on Friday night. Look for the Warriors to continue to ride high here as they go to McMahon and pick up another win. West Hill at Bridgeport Central. West Hill was the surprise of the weekend. Despite losing to Greenwich by only in the final minutes on a late touchdown, the Vikings really looked good, held their own against what was picked by many to be a Greenwich team with maybe 1 or 2 losses. So that should be an interesting matchup as the Hilltoppers will look for their first win of the year as well. Now on Saturday, we'll have Stanford at Darien. The defending FCAC and state champion Darien Blue Wave looked very good as they beat up the St. Joe's Cadets. Stanford also coming off a win. Look for Tyrell Diaz to be very busy again. He had 3 touchdowns in that opening game and will most likely be the workhorse for the Black Knights against the Wave on Saturday. You will also have Trinity Catholic at Greenwich. We'll have coverage of that game on Saturday. You'll see more on that one. Preview at FCX Tailgate Friday night as well as the pregame show on Saturday. The other game in action this weekend, St. Joseph at Ledyard. The Cadets having to come off a tough beating by the hands of the Wave. They go out of conference now, and we'll see how they match up against Ledyard. Don't forget to tune into FCX Tailgate on Friday night at 5:15. We'll be joined by players and coaches from both New Canaan and Ridgefield. Kate Chaplinsky will have a community piece from somewhere in New Canaan. We'll have predictions and breakdown of the game with all of our HAN analysts. Tune back in tomorrow as we go to Thursdays now with Nutmeg Sports. That'll be on at 2 o'clock. Dave Stewart and Tim Murphy will both be here and we'll break down the New Canaan-Ridgefield game in full detail. We'll have plenty more scores too. And don't forget that 4 o'clock today, we've got the defending FCX champion Fairfield Ludlow Falcons taking on the Staples Wreckers right here on the HAN Network.